Over the years, people have reported seeing angelic beings. Incredibly, some eyewitnesses have said this only happens when they're feeling down, or if something bad has happened in their life. These are usually individual occurrences. However, the Thames in London has been a hotspot for seeing one of these mysterious entities. The anomaly has been called the Thames Angel by those who live in and around London. It's described as being a large angelic being that's sometimes seen hovering over the Thames. Those who have seen the angel have said immediately after laying eyes on it they feel a sense of comfort, with one person saying they were having a bad day and after seeing the angel they had a warm feeling come over them, and that for the rest of the week they was in really high spirits. Only a few have captured this entity on camera, as it's said to only appear for a short amount of time. Interestingly, this entity has supposedly been witnessed around London for quite a few years now. Historians who have studied the area have suggested the angel first appeared during the Great Fire of London. After this event, people started talking about a strange entity they couldn't explain. The locals would describe seeing bright lights hovering over the Thames, and giving off an aurora that made people feel better. However, after the Great Fire of London, the sighting stopped, and everybody visiting or living in the area soon forgot about the Angel of the Thames. The angel returned, however, when the war started, and once again people started to report seeing a bright angel close to the Thames. One of the most common places to see the angel is the London Eye. For the past 100 years there have been reports by many people of seeing the angel. Theories for what or who the entity is depends on who you ask. There are some who say it's the souls of those that have passed away during the Great Fire, while others have suggested it could be a helper sent by God to help the people of London feel better about themselves. One consistency about the angel encounters is that anyone who sees it does always say they feel instantly better. One man said the following about his encounter with the angel. While visiting London with my wife and a few friends, I had a strange encounter. This was back in 2018. Me, my wife and a couple of our friends decided to do a trip to London. While here we travelled around the city and saw some of the various sights. One of the places my partner really wanted to do was the London Eye. After arriving at the London Eye, my partner and friends decided to get something to eat in one of the local shops. I wasn't hungry, so I stayed outside and walked to the wall that was looking over the Thames. However, while I was there I saw something bizarre. As I was looking out over the Thames, I saw a bright figure hovering above the water. I must have seen it for around 4 seconds, but I looked away to grab my camera. When I looked back, the entity was gone. One of the strangest things is I wasn't mad because I didn't get a picture. In fact, I felt quite the opposite. I had a warm feeling inside, as if someone had just told me some really good news. When my partner and friends came out, I told them what I'd seen, and they just laughed it off, suggesting that what I'd seen was probably a mist or reflection of some kind. However, I was sure that what I'd seen was some type of glowing humanoid, hovering around 10 feet above the Thames. Interestingly, when I got home I decided to Google what I'd seen, just to see if anyone else had a similar encounter. To my surprise, other people had also seen the glowing figure. To this day I have no idea what it was I saw. One interesting theory that's been put forward is that the angel only appears when something bad has happened. This could either be to London itself, the surrounding area, or on an individual basis. This is because whenever the entity is seen is when someone has received some bad news, or something bad has happened around London. However, there are those who are not entirely convinced. Some have suggested because the angel is most commonly seen near the London Eye, it's actually not real at all and is instead a marketing scheme to help the local businesses around London. The area where the angel is seen the most is one of the most popular places in London. Within a couple of 100 metres where the angel is most commonly seen is the London Eye, the Sea Life Centre, London Aquarium and the London Dungeons. These are very popular attractions, and some have said it's strange why the angel is most commonly seen here, saying that it was an idea put forward by some to help the businesses. Others are using the popularity of the angel to their advantage. selling t-shirts and even doing guided walks. The Thames Angel does have somewhat of a following, with many people travelling to this part of London in the hopes of getting a glimpse of the entity. However, others have suggested the only reason it's seen so much here is because there's always people near these attractions, and people are always looking over the Thames. As of today, people are still seeing the mysterious Thames Angel. What's interesting is all across the world are stories of people encountering these mysterious angels. Those who are religious believe these entities are guardian angels, and they look out for us on a daily basis. Some who've been in bad situations like car crashes usually see their guardian angels trying to save them. They believe that in situations like these, the lining between our world and theirs become thin, and it's one of the reasons why we're able to see them so clearly. One woman shared her encounter with what she believed was something not of this earth. She said the following: "This experience happened to me in 1992. At the time of the event, I hadn't been driving that long. While I was driving to my friend's house, I hit a curb at around 40 miles an hour. This instantly gave me lift and I rolled the car a few times. Now before I carry on, before this experience, I was not someone who was religious or believed in anything outside of life on Earth. I was very much someone who thought it was only us floating in space. However, this experience did change my outlook on life. After flipping the car, I remember opening my eyes and feeling very scared. After what seemed like forever, I saw a very bright object coming towards me. It instantly reminded me of when people say they see a light at the end of the tunnel. But as this light got closer, I could see it was humanoid in appearance. I couldn't make out any features or see a face, but when it approached me, I felt instantly relaxed. The only way I can describe it is it felt like all my problems had disappeared in that moment in time. As this being approached the car, I could feel it lift slightly. After this, I lost consciousness and don't remember anything else that happened. The next time I opened my eyes, I was in the hospital surrounded by my family. They had told me that when I hit the curb, I was shot out the car and was laying close by. However, I distinctly remember being inside the car and seeing this bright humanoid. The doctors told me I was lucky to be in the state I was, as I only suffered from a few scratches and bruises. I can't understand though how I got outside my car. I am someone who always wears my seatbelt before heading off. I asked about it and the hospital staff said it looked like it had been unclipped. They said, however, that I likely did it when I was panicking. A few weeks after returning back to normal life, I still couldn't get my head around what had happened. Then another bizarre thing started to happen. I started to have dreams about that day, but during the dream I was standing on the pavement. I could see everything that played out from where I was. I saw this being lift me from the car and place me on the ground. The being was as I remembered it, bright and human-like. However, even in my dream I still couldn't make out the face. I know this was just a dream, but I thought it was weird I had it while I was looking for answers. After looking and reading similar stories, some have suggested that a guardian angel was looking over me. I'm still confused about what happened, but it's made me look at life in a different way. I think there is more out there than we realise, and our lives are really only the start. As of today, many people the world over believe there are beings that look out for us in times of need, but there are some that think our brains play tricks on us when it's received damage. Many people have reported the same thing after being in accidents, and it's led some to think it's our brain's way of telling you it's damaged. With that being said, there are many that believe these entities are very much real. So my question to you guys is, what do you think of the Thames Angel? Do you think it's real? And if not, what do you think people are seeing? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.